Let's see how long it takes for me to catch up. Yeah, just have to change it up. I know I'm usually frozen and all of a sudden goes up and over. It is a bit later today, but I am going to hop on. I had a really busy day. So hopefully you guys are hopping on here. Today is day 7, and I think it's about to catch up right now. Every time I play this and I put a high definition, this actually StreamYard cannot keep up. So hopefully this will slow it down now, and it's all caught up. So if you guys are hopping on, if you're still awake at this time, I think maybe Europe is going to be opened up later. Let me see if I can switch this here. Excuse me. Oh, I just had a sneeze too. All right, guys. So if you guys are hopping on here right now, it looks like I am freezing up a little bit. I want to see if I can change it. Every time I play like fireworks or something crazy, it switches it over and it just has that information on here. So, wow, it's surprising how many of you guys are awake right now. So see if this pops up here. Let's see if the camera goes in here. I have to change the settings to a little bit smaller definition. And let's see if this will help. There you go. Oh, maybe not. So if you guys are hopping on here live right now, if you're watching replay, comment replay below. Let me know what part of the world you're watching from. Today is day 7 of 14-day live challenge. It's going to be more than 14 days. I'm having so much fun. Today I had an extremely busy and exciting day. But today what I want to do is I want to talk about basically what is my personal story, something that had a big impact in my life. And I have so many different things that have been impacted with me, but I think my biggest impact was when I realized, when I worked 18 years, so actually 16 years at that time, in the corporate world. I was in management. I had a great career. I did like most people did. My parents, my dad actually told me, go to school, get a good corporate career, see if you can set it up, and retire afterwards. So my personal story is, and I'll tell you guys a little bit, when I first started out and I got an online marketing, when I started my entrepreneurship journey, this was one of the biggest things that happened. But first, if you guys are hopping on here, please turn on the notification button. There's a little bell, or you can actually click and add me to favorites. So every single time I go live, because I'm going to be coming on here, giving you guys so much value, teaching you certain things, and just sharing my story, because there's a lot of us, when we hop on, we see it, and I'm actually surprised how many people are live right now. It's 11:30 p.m. here right now. And so what is my personal story? Well, as you guys know, some of you guys that followed me, I live currently in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I grew up in Poland, as you can tell by accent. It's still with me. And I came to Canada when I was a young man. I came to, from Poland to live with my dad since my parents were divorced. And what ended up happening was, my dad worked so hard. That's why I have this work ethic. I know how to work hard and everything else. But he says, Rafael, please don't work as hard as me. Make sure you go to school, get a good job, good career, so you can actually start putting out there and going through this process yourself. So that's what I ended up doing, going to school, got into a good corporate career. I worked there, moved up the corporate ladder, got into management right away. And it was amazing. I thought that was it. But I ended up getting married at the same time, had 2 kids. I have 2 boys. And I kept missing out on certain things with my kids. I kept going into it that, I don't know if you guys can relate, but if you go to a job or to your work, you have to provide for your family. But at the same time, you do miss out on the time freedom. So, I missed out on birthdays. I missed out because I was called into work. I missed out on events. I wanted to coach my kids' soccer team. I wasn't able to because I had to be at work at certain times. Me and my wife, we did not see each other a lot because when we were raising our kids, we wanted to make sure that we can raise them instead of paying someone else. We ended up actually having opposite shifts and opposite days off. And that went on for years. And there was always something that was missing. In my biggest personal journey was when I actually realized that, there's got to be another way. And when at work, they told me when and where I can spend time with my family, basically by denying my vacation, I ended up coming here. Again, if you guys are just hopping on live here, again, comment live or comment replay. I know right now it's a big day in US. There's elections right now happening. They're still counting the votes. And I know some of you guys are wondering what's going to happen, what's the future holding right now with the pandemic, with all the virus, with everything that's been happening in the world. It's uncertain times. So I'm super grateful that 5 years ago I came across an opportunity and I was actually able to actually see so many different things. I know there's some of you guys that are hopping in here, or some of my Polish friends, so jak jesteście w tej chwili po polsku, dla was powiem tu parę rzeczy. Rozmawiam tutaj po angielsku, nie wiem, czy wszyscy rozumiecie po angielsku, ale w tej chwili rozmawiam jak moja personalna story, nie wiem, czy mi brakuje słów. Tutaj już jestem 28 lat w Kanadzie i się dzielę z wszystkimi, jak moje życie się zmieniło 5 lat temu, jak podjąłem decyzję. So if you guys are hopping on here again, don't hesitate to comment below. Pop in a comment, say hi, where you're coming from. I'm actually doing this journey. Basically, it's day 7 out of 14 Facebook Live challenge. And like I've been telling, so that story began, and me and my wife had that moment just saying, like, when can we start going vacation? And it was great. Like I said, I loved what I was doing. That was one thing that kept me there, and I was there for 18 years. But 16 years into my career, I came across an opportunity to be able to actually work from home, learn online marketing, to be able to go and leverage this. I love to travel. I want to travel the world. I want to be able to all over, but I couldn't because I only had a certain amount of weeks that I could take. And some of you guys can relate. Again, pop it in the comments if you guys can relate that, how many weeks vacations do you have currently from your job? Is it 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks? So I guess, hey, what software do you use for your background? I actually have a green screen behind me. So Howard, actually, I'll send you a link. You can actually go to StreamYard.rafaelpro.com. I can type it out for you, and then you can check it out. It's a free program that you can leverage. The one I have, it's a paid version, but I'll send you a link in a second. Howard, so thanks for being here. Like, it's so late here. So, but continue with my story while I'm getting the link here. Is I actually came across a group of guys that were traveling the world and doing what they love, and basically going through the entire, like traveling and seeing what's possible in there too. So here, sorry guys, got interrupted here. So yeah, use that link here. You can sign up for free, and then you'll be able to actually go in there, Howard, and check it out. I do have a green screen behind me too. As you guys can tell, obviously technology is amazing. I love technology, but some of the things that as you can tell, yeah, look at this. There's a green screen right behind me. So you can actually put different backgrounds and stuff like that, setting it up, which is actually pretty cool. So going back to my office, okay, and so going back to where I began was literally I seen guys that are traveling the world, they're working from online, and I was getting them like, it's too good to be true. That moment that too good to be true. And when you have other people around you basically going in and saying, you know what, this is insane. There's no way you can do this. It's impossible. It's a scam. It's one of those Ponzi schemes and online marketing. And I almost listened to them. Like, I almost listened to people that are surrounded with me. I was being made fun of and stuff. But one thing that changed for me, and that's one of the biggest lessons, I guess, when I first started out, was that my biggest impact was in my life that I had a mentor, that I had someone that I can actually go and look up to and then talk to. And I was lucky enough to, come across a whole bunch of mentors over my last 5 years. And one of the biggest lessons that they told me is, who gives a shit what other people think about you? Like, literally, are they successful? Like, that's one of the biggest things. Like, when someone is giving you an advice, are they successful? Are they having the results that you're looking for? Or are they broke? They don't have, the results that you're looking for. Maybe they're struggling financially. Are those the people that you want to listen to? Or the people that actually had the results, are successful, and where you want to be? That's the people you want to listen to. And that's what happened in my life. I had so many different things that happened. And you know what? Entrepreneurship, it's not easy. Running a business is not easy. But is it worth it? Of course there is. There's so many different benefits, as long as you're patient and you keep going. And yeah, so my biggest impact, I can tell you, that was my mentors pushing me through and be able to ask for advice. Because a lot of times, the advice that we get from other people, I always looked at it, and I almost quit a couple of times when I first started out, because I'm like, what if it's true? What if what they're saying is, they might be right? Like, what if, I go invest all this time and I fail? You get to a point that you're afraid to fail. And then I had that conversation. I remember so many conversations I had with my mentors, and my mentor says, just listen. What if you fail? As long as you learn from it, it makes you stronger. And you look back, how many billionaires went bankrupt? How many billionaires failed? There's so many people that are successful, learn from their failures. So, when my intro was like impacting my life so much by giving me this advice and saying, you know what, I want you to fail. You will fail, but keep going. Never give up. And the second biggest impact was when my mentor says, as long as your why is strong enough, you will never quit. And my why was my family. My why was to be able to spend time with my boys. And it took me a year and a half to be able to resign my corporate world. It was an amazing journey. I worked my butt off to get where I'm at. And a lot of times when we come in, it's like people tell you, yeah, you're a regular person. I just started before you. And that's what I used to say. And then I overheard my mentor, like he says, like I used to say the same thing, but now, like, think about it. No, I actually work my ass off to get where I'm at right now. And this is the reason that I have the results that I'm looking for, is because I wanted it more than I wanted to breathe. And that's why throughout this 5 years journey, I've seen so many people come and go. So many people give up and they're quit and they come in and chase the shiny object syndrome. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I've done it as well. But when you come in and you find something that you're passionate about and you get to a point that, you can help others and help yourself at the same time. So yeah, if you guys, again, watching a replay, please comment replay below. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. It should come in here. It seems like I have a cold or something. But yeah, it's just hopping on here right now too, even though it's super late right now too, is you can actually impact someone else's life. And I have impacted so many other lives. I don't know if you guys had a chance to check out some of the testimonials that I've been putting on here from some of my students, some of my business partners. There's so many things that you can leverage, including the technology that we have here. Yesterday I was goofing around. Actually, one of the things, Helen, thank you again. Helen Martin is actually running this challenge for us. I've been putting it up for a long time, but this actually forces me to come out here and share it. And it could be just one person listening right now. If that's you right now, maybe you're going through some tough times, I want you to understand that you're not by yourself. Okay? Ask for help. There's always someone helping you. And that's what I did. When I started asking, I asked my mentor, what can I do? And then I remember he was always pushing me my buttons and saying, you know what? You get two choices. The way I see it, you have two choices. Same thing, like the way I see it, everyone has two choices. You either can keep going, keep pushing through this and become successful. Not an if you're going to be successful, is when you're going to be successful. Or you can just quit right now, go back to what you were doing, be in the same situation you are a year from now, 2 years, 5 years from now. And then, maybe build someone else's dream for the next 40, 50 years. Because I thought that's what I'm going to do. I thought that was the only way. That's why a lot of people call me in the nickname, I'm the corporate runaway. I ran away from the corporate. But it took me 18 years. And it was an amazing journey. I've learned so much in my corporate world. I made me the person who I am right now. But this is way better to be able to be home. My boys are now 14 and 17. Today, actually, they just started. They let them in. They do air cadets. So my oldest son right now, he is actually getting promoted to a warrant officer. He's been doing this for 5 years. He decided he wants to be a pilot now. So he's going to be going to military school, which is amazing up here in Canada. He's working on a scholarship. The youngest one is actually got back into air cadets as well too. So you got to be proud of it. As a parent, I think being a dad is the best blessing and the best thing you can ever have. I have a few of my friends actually. One of my friends actually right now is about to have a baby daughter. So Balazs, congratulations, amazing. It's the best feeling ever to be a father. And there's so many other people that throughout this last 5 years, like literally they started their family, they had their first baby, or they had, different things happen. So again, if you guys have been following me for a while, I'm in a position now to pay it forward. If you've been watching, if you're waiting for the right moment to start something, a side hustle, there's no perfect time. There's always going to be something coming your way. There is going to be something come up, and then it's never a perfect time because life will get in the way. But if you're looking for a change, okay, the perfect time to start was a few years ago. The second perfect time is to start right now. Right now, make a change, look into something that basically could actually go in and say it. Actually, I've been looking at the camera. Am I looking at the camera? So I finally fixed my computer today. I'm so grateful. I have an Apple iMac here, and I was able to actually update it. It took me like 4 weeks. I was on the call with Apple. They couldn't figure it out. But finally today, right now, everything's working perfectly like the way it is. So you have to be grateful for every single thing you have. So going back to my personal story, again, as you guys know, 5 years ago, I started this entrepreneurship journey. I have multiple different things that I've been working on, different offers. I've been helping so many others to be able to see what's possible, to be able to see how they can succeed on your own terms. Right now, with this technology that we have, with the training platforms and everything else that we have, there's so many things you can do, but it's totally up to you. Some people are happy where they are, and there's people that are out there that are struggling and they need your help. So again, if you guys are watching replay, please comment replay below. Let me know if there's anything that you guys need help with, maybe someone to talk to and just maybe get some guidance. Maybe you need some information to like, hey, can you point me in the right direction? Reach out to me. I know for over 5 years, I met so many amazing people, and it might not be that you're going to be working with me or something, you know, we might not be a good fit, but I can point you in the right direction. I do have an assessment. You can actually fill out an assessment, and I can put, pop it in my link, or it's right on my page as well. You can actually go to thecorporaterunaway.com. So thecorporaterunaway.com, and there's an assessment that actually you can fill out that it will help you figure out your goals, figure out exactly, how get more information about exactly how this online world works. Because I remember when I first started out, I didn't know what it was, how to start. And there's some of the words that we're using, like, what are leads and pixels and all those little things. So, but yeah, so going back, something that had a big impact on my life was a mentor. So if you don't have a mentor right now, if you don't have someone that can guide you and teach you, find one. Follow someone that has the results that you're looking for, and learn from them. And if you can get in touch with them, or even pay them to actually coach you and teach you, I think it's the best decision that you can make. But start out small. There's so many different platforms that you can leverage. They have 14 days or 30 days money back guarantee. So yeah, I will be out here more often. That's why I'm doing those go lives. I'm doing a whole bunch of interviews. Tomorrow there's another interview that we're doing. So this is day 7, halfway through, and it's going to be amazing what you can accomplish when you actually show up every single day and fight for your future, because you deserve better. And you know that. If inside you know that something is missing, that's the way I was. I was going through my journey, and I was working full time, and there was something missing. It was the time freedom with my family. And when I realized that was it, that's when I realized that, I'm going to be able to do something different. Anyway, so hopefully you guys had an amazing day. Hopefully you got a little bit of value out of this. If you watch a replay again, pop in a comment. You guys are incredible. Everything is happening. As soon as I press this button, I slow it down, which is actually brand. But yeah, have an amazing day. Thank you guys for following me. Thank you for all the nice messages and kind messages. Hey, Rafael, thank you for the value. Thank you for all the posts that you're making. It's inspiring me. Please don't hesitate. Leave a comment. Press the button. There's 3 little dots on my page. Right now, it could be on YouTube. It could be on my business page or personal page. Add me to your favorites. So that way you're not going to miss out any of the posts or any information. It's actually going to show up higher in your news feed. So have an amazing, incredible day. Okay. If you enjoy it to the fullest, when you wake up, open your eyes, just say, thank you, thank you, thank you, because you just woke up and you go, woohoo, I got another day on this beautiful earth. All right, guys, enjoy it to the fullest, and leave you guys. Hopefully it doesn't freeze up too much, but same way as we did before, we're going to celebrate